Let me ask you a question. Why is it that some people have massive success, some people have moderate to good, success, and then other people struggle? What is the difference? Where's everyone at mentally or physically, in the activity that such a wide chasm of results are happening within people? And I can tell you now, when people, go into a venture or they go into a opportunity and they begin with the end in mind and their why is bigger than anything else, they generally get what they want. And that's a mindset thing. That's something that when it comes to the mindset, conditioning, philosophy, it has a huge impact on your results. And some people, they will give up after, a short period of time and say, well, throw their hands up. Oh, that don't work. And that's generally not the case if you see it working for so many other people. And then the few that gave up say, well, it didn't work. Well, that would be fine if that was the case. But more and more people are throwing their hands up and saying, well, that don't work. And because of that, they are literally limiting their own success because it's a mindset, it's a mentality. Most people will give up before they even begin, because of the pipe dream mentality, the lottery mentality. They will try something, hoping that they would get something that they don't deserve, like massive success. One thing I don't do is I don't knock anybody who had massive success in any venture. I don't knock anybody who was born into privilege. I don't knock them. And the reason why I don't knock them is because there's a mindset to keeping it. You understand what I'm saying? There is a mentality, there's a philosophy that comes along with keeping it. So if you inherited $1 billion from your rich uncle and you don't have $1 billion mentality, a man and his food and his money will soon part. And so I don't knock a person who was born into privilege and sustained that or even grew that to another level. I don't knock that at all. Fortunately for me, I'm putting things in place where, my descendants and the people that come after me will have a leg up. The people that come after me will have an opportunity to start on the third or the fourth rung instead of at the bottom. And, but at the same time, they have to be taught to take it to another level, because it can be generational if you do it right. Now, where does all of that come from when you look like the Rothschild family? You're talking about a family that built the banking system around the world, 200 some years ago, almost three, actually it was more than that. If memory serves me correct, it's been over 300 years since the Rothschild family started the banking systems around the world. And their name is still synonymous with the banking system today. How do you do that? That's a mentality. That's a philosophy. That's a why. And I want to kind of go over that real quick because I don't think people give a lot of credence to a why. I heard a gentleman say a long time ago when I first got started in the network marketing industry. I heard a guy say, "Your why should make you fly or make you cry." And it should be that deep seated in you to succeed that, there is no other options. You have to succeed or else. Okay? There are no other options. And with that mentality, most people succeed. Most people find what they're looking for or some semblance of it. Not everybody's going to get 100% of everything they want, but certainly moving your success ladder in that direction can get you a lot of the things you want, can get you most of the things you want if you really concentrate and you really do it right and you really stick with the principles that comes with, a person of success, because it's all about principles and philosophy, but it's all driven by your why. And that's why I'm doing this right here real quick. It's just a quick video, because when you understand that without a why, you will quit tomorrow. Without a why, it's done. You're over. It's over before you even start. Why do you want success? Why do you want, a different house? Why do you want a better car? Why do you want, more, resources in the bank account? Why do you want it? And if the why is big enough, then nothing else matters, right? You're going to design a plan, or you're going to connect with the right people that's going to allow you to get that. Okay? The universe will line up to ensure that you do, if your why is strong enough. So as you develop your philosophies, and your philosophies are those things that we don't really develop like we should. Philosophies are those things that you hold dearest, the things that are even beyond your subconscious, that allow you a automatic methodology for doing everything. That's your philosophy. Okay? It's what you know and how you hold it. Okay? Everything that you know, everything that you believe in is connected to your philosophy, and not vice versa. Okay? So your philosophy, without a philosophy, a winner's philosophy, and a reason or a why to go get it, you're just a number. You're just a you hate to say, you're just, a common man amongst many. But what is going to allow you to stand out? What is going to allow you to have name recognition? What's going to allow people to, when they hear your name, they're going to automatically associate you with massive success? And, you look at people who have achieved some great things in their life, the Mark Zuckerbergs of the world, the Bill Gates. You wonder, hey, listen, if they were not billionaires, if they did not have a $1 billion idea, what would they be doing? Do you think the mentality is, if you have a billionaire mentality and you don't make $1 billion here, you will certainly make it somewhere? I don't know if that's true. I really don't. Because it takes a certain amount of and I don't like to use the word luck, but there's no really other way to put it. It takes a certain amount of something that will put you in a place that all of a sudden you're so attractive that billions of dollars show up in your bank account. And I've yet to hear of anyone saying, well, when I first started out, my goal was to be a multi-billionaire. Because that hill, if you had a goal to climb that hill, you're talking about climbing, 3 Mount Everests consecutive. I don't know if anyone has that goal, but some people, because of circumstances, like I said, I don't like to call it luck. It's got to be the stars and the heavens align, in their favor to work that out for them. And, but at the same time, if you die broke, it's your fault. That's the other end of the spectrum. No one expects to be a billionaire, but there are a lot of billionaires these days. Okay? But I can tell you, if you're not doing certain things, you're going to be broke. That's just the way it goes. So you have two ends of that spectrum. But one thing I do know is, when your why is strong enough, you're gonna make some strides. You're gonna have name recognition. People are gonna know who you are. But you have to develop that why, because it gets you up in the morning. It keeps you up late at night. Okay, you're not doing the normal flow of things that people do, like the 9 to 5 type vibe. No, it doesn't work for people with a strong why. It really doesn't. Think about it. Even if you had a 9 to 5 job and you were aspiring to be, to get a master's degree, okay? Well, you can't get a master's degree on your job. You would have to add additional hours after your job, probably late at night, in order to accomplish that additional stride or that additional accomplishment. Well, that's the same way with success. From 9 to 5, you're employed. From 5 to 9, you're deployed. You're working on that thing. You're grinding on that thing that's going to get you what you really want. And that thing that you can pass down from generation to generation. Because you can't really pass a job down. Most people probably don't want to, because 87% statistically don't even like their job. So it's one of those things where you develop a why and you go after it. And that's where, when you have passion for something, do your passion, whatever your passion is. I'm in a passionate place, where I'm operating now, and it pays off big time when you're passionate about it. That people can't discourage you, that people can't tell you it won't work, because it will work. You believe it in your heart of hearts that it's going to work, even if you don't have the outward successes to point to. You just know it's going to work, and no one can discourage you. That's when you know your why is strong. Because at the same time, before the universe will align to give you what you're looking for, okay, you're going to get the haters. You're going to get the negativity. You're going to get the people telling you why it won't work. Why? Because it didn't work for them, so it can't possibly work for you. If it didn't work for them, it's not going to work for you. Come on. And now all of a sudden you hear that, and you hear that, and you hear that, and you begin to believe it. Then all of a sudden you take a day off. And I'm going to tell you, once you take a day off, it's easy to take another day off. And then a week off. And then whatever fire you had can get doused by a drop of water. Not the fire hose that put your fire out. It was a drop of water because your fire was so small at that point. So I would encourage you, get around people who have your solutions and not your problems. And find a way to serve people. When you serve people, when you're in a capacity to serve, you stay excited for that, because that is the greatest riches of all. Serving people. It's like Jim Rohn says. He says, find a way to serve the many, for service to many leads to greatness. And you may not be looking for greatness. I know a lot of great people that were not looking for greatness. They were just looking to serve. And because they were looking to serve, their name showed up in so many people's testimonies. Find a way to serve the many, for service to many leads to greatness. Now, Jim Rohn has a lot of quotes. And if you don't know Jim Rohn, take a moment and Google the gentleman or YouTube him. I mean, his philosophies live on. I coach, teach, and train a lot of what Jim Rohn taught. And so in the why is he taught on this a lot. Your why, that thing that's going to get you up in the morning, that thing that allowed that woman to lift that car up when a child got hit and was trapped under the car. It allowed her to lift the car up so they could free her child. Okay, now that's a why. That's a strong why. And when you have a strong enough why, I'm telling you, nothing matters. Okay, because you're going to do what's necessary to get it done. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to point that out to you. Hopefully you got some good content out of this talk. Like I said, I'm going to be bringing a lot of information here in the very near future. And the reason why is because, I've had an opportunity to really be coached and taught and mentored by some of the greats in the industry today. And it's just absolutely amazing how much information you can retain once you get it in you. Once you get it in you, it becomes a part of who you are. And now you're operating in that which is in you. All right. Hey, listen, I'll talk to you soon. I'll have much more coming up here. And if you have any questions, hey, subscribe my page, ask me some questions. On my Facebook, Mr. Ken 913 is my Facebook handle, and my Instagram. Yep, I got an Instagram as well. Twitter and a lot of those other social media sites I don't use, but Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube are my primary places. Mr. Ken, that's MRKEN 913. All right. Talk to you soon. Be safe.